All right, we'll start the meeting for the tree council on November 13th. We'll start with a roll call.
Chet LaSalle.
Margaret Ball.
Amanda Matuzik.
Cliff Rhodey.
Tony Doherty.
Jim Chapman.
Linda Choquetti. Jeff Corbin.
John Marr.
Laura Robertson.
Okay, so let's start with the minutes from October. People have any?
Linda, it's not. Are you gonna be able to do these minutes because it's not transcribing for some reason?
Oh,
I don't have a copy. You're the only one with the copy of the minutes.
Yeah, I'm just saying Google is not it's only taking notes. Is that okay?
I'm taking notes.
Okay, all right. Carry on. Ooh,
I don't have any comment.
comment?
Oh, I do. I was trying to get to it here, but I read on line 36. I think Laura must be missed.
But you don't remember Mr. Robertson was here?
She changed from one sentence to the other. And then on line 39, the items, I think that came up. And again, I don't have my thing here because I'm not looking at it. And then,
39. He's already asked how we can close the loop on open discussion / action items. How that come
oh,
up?
that,
Yeah, they should be that.
or as they come up.
Yeah.
and then just those lines 59 to 61. I don't know if that needs more context. Laura, you said that there's trails on the property and there's a pond visible from the Mohawk Bike Hike Trail. I think that you were trying to say that's where the property is.
Yeah, going-
If you see the pond, you know that's where it's going in, but I don't know if that is conveyed in that thing there. So.
Yeah, okay, so I'll just put in there that was the explanation so that you guys could go out there and visit it when you wanted. Okay,
Oh, is it recording?
it is recording. It's just not making a transcript for some reason.
I don't follow the transcript.
Okay.
But I didn't bring my other recorder.
No, that's okay, it's recording.
So I thought you wanted to just record it with phone or?
No, I have a
Yeah,
device, but if
right.
it's recording, we're good.
Okay, line 89. I appreciate trying to call me a winner, but Chairperson Morris said that the winners were chosen. And I thought maybe it was Carol, so that we can now create the calendar.
Yeah, we can do that, Miss Carrie.
Line 93, the word additions there, I think
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
should
the
be rendition.
Or edition. or
Yeah,
something.
edition, or yeah.
I found the first one.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Anything?
Yeah, probably line 80. That's probably a little harsher than it really should be.
Oh, it's not interested in watering trees.
Oh, yes.
It probably just
yes.
doesn't have the capacity.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yep.
But then later on, you go on to say that Mr. Smith commented that they may be interested in
Yeah.
getting the water tank
Right.
from the county.
Yeah, it seems a little inconsistent. For one thing.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember that being.
You don't remember that?
Carol's gonna be late.
Okay. I think the supervisor is interested in getting it. Do you think that's what we said, Linda?
I'll have to listen to the recording again.
Okay, so we'll just double check that part.
Okay.
They'd be interested, isn't there? Maybe he's willing to consider or something like that. But
No,
I don't-
No, I know. I was surprised when I read that. I said, but then he
I don't
not
think
paying attention.
I don't think he said that. I don't think that we said that either.
Okay, so we'll just check that.
that's right. You other
Remember
one.
that, Chet? We were there together when we were speaking to Mr. Smith.
Yes.
He didn't say anything about wanting to get the watering can or the
Not that I recall.
tank.
You then. if I
That might
was
have been the
wondering-
supervisor, because the supervisor was interested
Right.
in getting it.
Right.
Mr. Smith is a supervisor. Right?
No, Miss Cassidy Dorian.
The town supervisor.
Yeah.
Do you want to include, Chet in your watering and talking to Ray? Looks like just you were there singularly talking to Ray at the Blatnick.
Oh, we could say he and Mr. LaSalle watered trees at Blattnick.
Correct.
Sure.
Correct.
That would be fair because Chet did a lot more water
Yes.
than I did.
He's the king.
Water carrier.
You kept those things alive and just made me
It's
feel
tough.
enough to water them.
It's definitely, it's a challenge, but it's a commitment.
Mhm. Mhm.
When I planted last year, I wasn't necessarily thinking about how much water might be necessary this year. I'm $4,000 into a utility bill right now. Right.
So,
And will we
Okay.
accept?
okay, everyone, all in favor? Unanimous. Okay, privilege of the floor. Jimmy, you wanted to say something or?
I was just coming to check up to see how everybody is doing, how everything's going. I still need to log all the trees that I planted on the New York State um thing. As I was just saying, watering was
Yeah.
challenging. I think I paid the $2,700, $20.09 this year for water.
Wow.
Last year was like $2,000. And I thought that would be the top, but you have to keep them alive. I have to keep them going, I put in,
Thanks for keeping.
well, it was back when they said, the town said that they would put in 19. And I first started laughing, because we wanted 20. They capped it at
Oh,
19.
right.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
help it. It was my first meeting, and then I said I would do 119. And, I think I ended up on somewhere in the 220s. Like,
Wow.
yeah. The biggest issue has been really clearing out bittersweets and things like that are just robbing my like good soil that I'm creating. And also I've got surgery on Monday, but I do aspire to become a master or composter to try to help out with that in town through the Cornell. Yeah. They didn't have it 2 years ago when I was rocking and rolling. I got slowed up a bit and hurt myself planting. So
Here's Carol. Okay,
I'm sorry, Jim. I heard you say Jim or someone say Jim, but I don't know who you are.
I'm Jim Chapman. It's nice to meet you. I'm just a fan of trees. Hi, Cliff. How you doing? Yeah, I have a company called This Unicorn. That I make gear, mostly t-shirts and stuff like that for school. And the revenue that a normal printer or whomever would take goes to Niski now. So we could privately completely fund our children in this district. But trees is also another issue. So,
Thanks.
yeah, no, my pleasure.
okay, well, interesting, Jim. Thank you. Keep up those trees.
Yep.
Okay, so bring us to new business / action. Maybe I'll use this slot to ask about who's going to be chair. I won't be here in December. I'm going to be in California, so it's a good time to have someone else step up. And I think any of you would be fine. I'm not going to pick anyone, but.
It's like one of those games of Blink.
Maybe what you should do is summarize the responsibility of the chair so that people would know what it involves.
And my,
Right. So when Carol was chair, she was a very thorough, extensive chair. She did a lot.
All those in favor?
And then she had to step down and I was about to retire. So, okay, I'll try to fill in. I haven't done nearly, I've been watching you guys do a lot. I think, wow, you guys, I'm following. I'm not leading. You guys are doing it all. It's great. So,
Well, you do all the website stuff. You
yeah,
help
I
me
can
all the
still do the
time.
website without being a chair. I was doing the
Yeah, so
website
I
before
think
being chair.
the chair is responsible for running the meetings, and keeping us on task at the meetings, and then sometimes doing presentations to the town board. It's good to have the chair there, so we usually have to ask the chair to do it. But if you really don't like doing presentations, you could just appoint someone to do the presentation. John just happened to be good at presentations, so he did them when he was
Yeah.
chairman. Yeah. But like you
Yeah.
said, most
So-
most of the time the subcommittees kind of run what they're accomplishing.
There is something else, because I'm chair, I was contacted by the
Oh, you do get
relief
some stuff,
committee
yeah.
and
You get stuff in the mail.
so, yeah, so they want some representation from this year's tree council, so they asked me to come and sit up and be on a panel and stuff like that.
And you get invited to those meetings that you and I went to. I can't
Yeah.
remember. But was that a relief meeting?
There was a relief meeting we went to and there
The
was
one that we were
also-
both virtual on?
Oh. Yes, yeah.
That was a relief? Oh, that was a
meeting,
relief
yeah,
meeting. Okay.
yeah. And was that a relief meeting that was in Albany last year? Yeah, okay, yeah, right.
That's not terrible. I agree, John. I know you guys can do it.
Yeah, yeah, you do it.
I'm too fresh.
If nobody else will do it, I will do it.
Okay,
I'll do presentations if
Wonderful.
I'll help you, Tony.
Yeah.
You'll do a good job.
We can
Thank you,
Start
Tony.
in December. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Mhm.
It's painful, you guys.
Okay,
Well, I usually make Amanda run the meetings.
Yeah, that's true.
Amanda will be the assistant chairperson.
okay, so that brings us to the discussion items, the planning project.
Okay,
Although, before
Yeah.
we move on
Mhm.
from action items, last month we talked about action items.
yeah, I know.
So
Yeah.
where do we want to place them on here? And how do we follow up with our action items and decide on responsible individuals? And do we want to put it right in there? Do we want to put it at the end? But, I mean, because I just looked at the minutes from last time and we have probably 4 items that need a follow-up.
Yeah,
Old
You were the
business.
sections in red, Laura.
I meant to do that.
Yeah, it seems like it makes sense just before the new stuff.
Yeah.
To summarize where we at. with the- Yeah.
Right.
On the agenda or in the minute? On the agenda?
Put it in the
In the
agenda.
agenda,
Yeah,
yes.
just before the new, under discussion items, the first item would be
Action items?
like old items or
Why does it
outstanding
say
items.
New business / action.
Yeah.
Right.
Action item?
Well, that's what I
Oh, I
asked
see.
last month.
Yeah.
is that
But I
was
think it would be good if we
supposed to
enumerated them. For example,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what's happened with
Right.
Mr. Peters and
Yeah.
the school.
Yes,
project, For
agreed,
example,
agreed.
some of the things like the planning
Mhm,
commission's
Mhm.
items come up again later,
mhm.
but there are others that we kind of just hear from that, as you point out last time,
Yeah.
fade away.
Yes. Yes. Mhm.
I mean, putting
Pending-
them under
pending
discussion.
items or-
Well, I would just call them action items. I mean, because somebody needs to follow up and say it's closed or.
Yeah, you can call it outstanding
Mhm.
items, stuff that hasn't been completed yet or
Mhm.
something.
And do we
In
want
its own section, right? So,
make it as a table with the item and who's gonna be responsible for the follow-up?
so it would go new business, discussion items, action items, and then reports. And that would be with names, you think, attached to the item?
Right, so, I mean, there'll have to be a review of before the meeting and then the items need to be placed on the.
Did I think of something that you want, comes to mind that we talked about 2
Mhm.
meetings ago and want added? You could text Laura before, 2 days before the meeting and say, add this to the agenda.
Well, maybe we could like circulate the agenda like 2 weeks before the meeting or something like.
But I think you need the minutes too, to remind you what's
Oh.
kind of outstanding. So I don't know how soon the minutes are available, but I mean, if it's draft copy, Yeah, I know you laugh and I totally
He wants to
get
be
that.
available 2 weeks from the meeting, but usually it's only a couple days.
Well, even a couple days. I mean, you could probably do that before the, read them quick and,
But I was just thinking about the Laura sending out the email. Could somebody check on the tree on Myron's?
right, yes.
That might be an action item that you want an update
Mhm.
because she said it 2 days after the last meeting.
Mhm.
It wasn't on the agenda. It was
Mhm.
just an email. So that would be,
Mhm.
and that's the ones I want you guys to remind
Right.
us of.
Mhm.
Mhm. But we will work on something.
Okay.
Is there a possibility of having, I mean, I know people are overworked, but you know, there's so many services out there like Basecamp and Slack and whatever, like to help people keep track of projects. Is it worth having something like that for the tree council, or is it just the meetings are
Do you
good
want
enough?
to show us what you're talking about at another meeting? Maybe present how it could be helpful to us?
Is it like Google Meet kind of thing where people can all access the same?
Well, it's
Line
more
item.
like a, you know, the,
Project.
yeah, it's like
Project
project
management.
management. So
Oh,
you can
that-
have files, you can have
Right,
conversations.
because everybody be multiple.
But it's all in the
people
same
within
place.
the same thing.
I know you love the tree council, but you really have to limit your comments to privilege of the floor. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's about all there is to say about that. I mean, yeah, does anyone else have experience with that? Does that sound good or bad to people, or no idea what I'm talking about?
Sounds like this is an action item to talk about.
That's what I agree.
Okay.
I don't know them. I've never seen them, but it might help, especially like if it is a like collaborative
Mhm.
like thing.
This is the sort of thing where like within those things, you have these subcategories. So like our tree planting committee, we have an email chain floating around with a document of where we planted this year. But if instead there was a folder that we could
Mhm.
all access.
Yep.
That had even better, like a Google Doc,
Mhm.
something that was editable on the cloud, as well as, you know, the minutes when they come available and
Mhm.
those kinds of things, then
Mhm.
we could all have access to those instead of, oh, let me see if I've got the latest version on my
Mhm.
hard drive,
Yep.
what's my
Mhm.
email chain I've got.
Mhm.
So I do think that committees like this, I think, do benefit from those kinds of things.
So maybe we just have a tree council Google Drive and different,
Well, again,
Folders
those
in the
things
drive.
like Slack do have more capabilities with, discussion threads and those kinds of things. They're meant to be a little bit more integrated across
Mhm.
chat, email, folders, that kind of thing.
They're not always free.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Is
Yeah.
that one free?
Slack?
Is Slack free?
I don't think so. I mean, there might be free little bits, but probably to get the good stuff. I mean, I use one for work called Rike that is free, but WRIKE. But yeah, I don't know. Like, and I don't know too if like we're I mean part of the town government, right? So are there rules about what we have to do or can do, or in terms of keeping track of like records like that?
I'd say that because the meetings and the appointments are subject to open meetings law, that documents that you create on those would be subject to FOIL if anybody asked for them. But that's probably, as far as I know, the only rule, because everything that we do as a committee is public.
Mhm.
So
do we have,
you wouldn't wanna write something very bad because it would be subject to being released by the town if, you know.
are all our minutes accessible on the town webpage?
Yeah, well, most of them, yours, I have to go back and update them before I update them to the website. So I think I'm a little behind on yours.
So do you want to bring some options for us? So things are kind of winding down for us with the time of the year, that this might be a good time to
Sure.
start talking about, better ways to get organized. And do you mind?
Absolutely.
You brought it up.
No, I don't mind.
Excellent, excellent. Okay.
Tony, you're slipping in right into this.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
No,
No,
it's great.
no, 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 no.
Keep going. That's a good tip of the agenda. That'd be great. Okay. All right, so I guess then we're on to the discussion items.
Yeah, so, we did get an updated drawing for, Niskuna Harbor. It still doesn't show the clearing plans yet. Clark and I did notice that they added stormwater detention ponds on here. And the stormwater detention ponds are in the upland forests that are surrounded by the wetlands. So that's not ideal. Again, it's still very preliminary, but if you guys want to make comments to the planning board for them to take into account, you're welcome to do that really at any time. They did add, as you can see from the last drawing, they did add some trees planted along the roads and between the buildings here and as a buffer along the bike path here, similar to River Sledge. So they are adding a little bit more to the drawing every time.
I did notice that a place we've talked about a lot, next to the bike path, that is a really steep slope going up to the those garages there.
Yes, it is, which by the way, they have planted.
Oh, okay, good.
It is very steep.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's a tough job. So
That is a tough job.
So this harbor project, they're taking away lots and lots and lots of trees.
Yeah.
And there's like really nothing we can do about that. Right? I mean, that,
So our code says that we can require that they do a survey of the size of the trees, anything more than 6 inches, I think. So we can get a sense of what's being removed. And we can ask for trees of value to be saved, or if not saved. That's why we look at the planting plan, but generally they are allowed as a right in New York State to develop these lands, and it does involve a fair amount of clearing, which, I think for the tree council can be very sad, but we do try to save things on the edges, and then we do try to get as much replanted as we can. And in like this case, because they are proposing stormwater ponds sort of inside a wetland habitat, which I think when we first looked at it, or at least when I first looked at it, I thought that was just going to be a chunk of remaining forest. I mean, I think we could early on say, is there any way to not clear those areas because they have value? But yeah, a lot of it is we do our best to save what we can and then get as much replanted as we can. And I do think that over time, the tree council has definitely reduced clearing and gotten way more trees planted than before there was a tree council. But it is still sad.
have we formally requested a survey?
Not yet, no, but we could.
Yeah.
We should, right?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Have they finalized the configuration yet? Ron?
No, they really haven't.
So that request might be hard.
Well, they kind of, we could ask them to do it for the whole property, except for they're not really proposing anything north of the old Erie Canal bed. Is the old Erie Canal bed. The only thing they're doing up here is putting trails, so they probably don't need to survey that.
Right.
But we could have them survey all of this and this.
What is that area that, like next to the stormwater, the white area, but it's like a gray slash.
Well, those are wetlands. The gray is wetland. This is the big pond. This is a proposed dog park. And these are the stormwater areas that are inside of the wetlands, which when we originally saw this, it was all colored green. Because they weren't really touching it because it was wetlands, but now they're actually proposing to go in there and they would obviously clear these areas in order to put the stormwater pond inside of it.
Aren't they taking out a natural stormwater
Right.
clearing in order to make stormwater clearing?
Yes.
Well, these areas are actually upland. So they're taking out the
They're
upland.
wetland, but upland?
No, the gray areas are the wetlands. Army Corps of Engineers designated wetlands gray. Then there's this this line is the 25-foot buffer that the town requires to the wetland. And then these are upland areas, which we thought were just gonna stay forest. But so they're essentially going sort of like through the wetlands and then taking away the upland forest and making them into more wetlands. Which wetlands are great, but we don't have a lot of protections for upland forest, so they are leaving this area as all forest and this area is all forest.
Is that a point that we can make to the planning commission and say, we think that is not a reasonable policy with respect to Niskuna Forest?
I definitely think so, and I think that if this is, Clark and I noticed this, well, they hadn't had it on their old plan, noticed it recently. And because I think the CAC and the planning department thought that was gonna be an intact forest, partially wetland, partially upland.
Because I'm sure that they're saying, well, in order to fit as many houses as we can on there, the only thing we can do is to chop down more trees. And sorry, you're gonna have fewer houses in order to be able to do your stormwater control. That seems like bad.
The volume of water that those trees are consuming too is.
Yeah, Yeah. so,
It's substantial. They're going to flood it.
so we can request the tree survey ASAP and we can also make a recommendation to the planning board now. That you know, as part of the PUD, that our understanding was that was gonna be an intact forest.
Yeah.
And now they're shifting the stormwater into that area in order to get more units. And we think in order to maintain the balance of this project and the open and the forest lands, that should be shifted elsewhere.
Do we want to vote on that? I move that we communicate to the planning commission that we do not think that those upland forests we think those upland forests are important and should not be sacrificed for the stormwater retention in this project.
Second. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
All in favor? Opposed? I didn't see Chet's hand. Okay.
It went up.
What about in the middle where those kind of like there's a ring of over to the left? Those the plan structures on the left, yeah, right in there. What is going in there?
I think when you look at grading, there isn't actually that much space between those houses. So that would be cleared, but we could request tree planting inside of there. Similar to the way they did it here. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a good point.
What's the dark red lines on both sides?
These ones?
Yeah.
Those are the public trails. He color coded them red when they were public. So Rivers Ledge has, remember how you guys got all those, a sort of an arboretum planted by Rivers Ledge over here along that trail? That's right here. So they're proposing to connect into that with a public trail. And then they would make a forest trail down in here. This would just be a forest trail.
And the dark line at the top right?
That is the boundary of the floodplain.
Okay.
The black line is the boundary of the,
Are
I
they,
think it's a 100-year floodplain.
are they clearing anything up in that area?
No, I think they wouldn't even need to clear to put the forest trails in. They would just, I mean, maybe like a honeysuckle or two, but they're not talking about like pavement and landscaping. They're just talking about putting in a trail through the forest there. And it's in the floodplain, so it'll be kind of like the Lock 7 trails on the right side of the, the multi-use path as you're walking north. Those flood sometimes. Yeah.
A question is, while they're clearing, are there any trees that could be replanted that are small saplings
We never asked
could
them
be
that
put to
before.
use? And that's,
Rather than throw them away.
yeah, I mean,
Transplanting them.
right.
I don't know, we could research that a little. I've never heard of that being done.
There, but that would require digging up very carefully rather than just bulldozing them down.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times they cut
Yeah.
the trees down,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they mulch them all and then they come back and pull
and
them.
then pull every single, yeah, I've seen that devastation, like,
Some areas have buckthorn, so it has to come down anyway.
I think there's a fair amount of buckthorn and honeysuckle here and probably bittersweet. Yeah. I know there's some trees of heaven in here.
Is that anything that we ever comment on with plans about removal of invasive species or?
No, we have not. We certainly could. I mean, that could be part of like Clark and I were saying, this project is not equivalent in public benefit right now to the River Sledge project. I mean, maybe that's, we have, go in and remove invasive species up on the northern part where they're doing their trail system or something.
Well, because you just mentioned 4 invasive species.
Yeah, and I know there are,
Yeah.
at least along the bike path. I don't know. I haven't actually been in very far in, so I don't know how far they go, but the trees that hasn't, they go up and down the bike path in that area. I don't think probably, I don't know how they got there, but
Is this like our last big piece of land in
It's
Muskegon?
definitely
That's a good
one of the
question.
last, maybe the biggest.
Oh.
Last.
Good question, yeah.
Well, there's some that's protected, like,
The museum.
well, I'm thinking the one behind Leo's house. Somebody nature
Oh,
conserve-
the Lysico.
Lysico,
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I would be careful about asking them to take out
Thing.
things like invasives, because they're not gonna be nice about it. I mean,
Also, if
they're
we're,
just gonna rip and they'll take good stuff too, I mean, you gotta,
they're also all over the place, like you need follow-up in order to really be able to be
Yes.
successful. And if we're gonna go for a big ask, like we moved, that they not cut down forest, I think that we should concentrate on, don't cut down, leave stuff as it is, even if there are some non-natives in there, in that wetland area, as opposed to, well, let's try to pretty up some of the other areas when probably they're just gonna come back.
there are grants available
Sure.
right now, like,
We can't tell them, don't dig up that stuff, and by the way, it's all buckthorn.
Well, we do.
Yeah. We did like working with River Sledge, but even River Sledge took down too many trees in the park.
Yeah. Well, until they do the tree survey, we don't even really know what's in that area that they're not gonna, I mean, who even knows what's there?
Yeah,
Right?
my guess would be with that wetland, there might be, and those pockets of upland around it, those trees may not have been disturbed for a long time. It's quite possible there's some big trees in there.
Quite possible, what?
There's some big trees in there.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Yeah, so I'll make the memo that you guys voted on and then request the tree survey and tree planting between the buildings. We can look into whether or not it's ever possible to replant existing trees, but I'll remove the request to the removing of the invasive trees. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know if anybody had a chance to get out to Hannaford. Did anybody?
Yeah, I went there today. Took a
What-
little drive. So I went by and looked at that. And there's only one place you could plant a tree.
Okay, is it near the,
It's right in front of the, I assumed this is the nail place, right?
yeah, the nail place? So
Yeah,
it's like
so-
right in here.
So I wasn't looking over the others. over by
Okay,
the
good,
gas station,
yeah.
Just near the nail place. There was a little piece of land right in front of it, just across a little driveway, the road there.
Oh, well, let's ask for a tree
Okay.
there then.
I can
The
see-
planning board referred it to you.
Oh, so I can see they might have said that it would block their sign.
Oh, well, we could have it be a small one like we did
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
ShopRite Plaza,
Yeah.
put service berries there.
So if you move your cursor just a little bit, like right there, yeah.
Your room for a
There's
tree.
there's a room for a tree.
Okay, I'll tell him.
There's some green there.
Yeah.
Fill the parking lot.
Should we give a suggestion or
Yeah,
just give them a list?
yeah, we could give him our list, the Margaret list.
the skinny, tall, skinny one, or semi-tall, skinny ones, the columnar.
Oh yeah, they do. Those don't block signs. They do like them. That's how, that was our compromise with Market 32,
Okay.
the columnar trees.
Cause then I don't have to worry about plows knocking.
Branches and stuff.
They deal with the heat to the parking lot.
Right, and then one,
Pretty
pretty
well.
well. About
The
eating.
columnar
Yeah.
trees,
Yeah.
it just depends on the species, but they can. It's just a funny way of them growing, like rather than the branches
Mhm.
growing out, they find and breed the ones where the branches only grow up.
Yeah.
But like Price Chopper planted columnar hop hornbeams. Like we've planted columnar sweet gums. They're beautiful. I think you can get columnar ginkgos. The school has columnar oak trees that I've seen.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Do they still provide the same benefit as the,
you don't have as much shade. There's no.
well, I know shade, but I mean
But
for
yeah.
insects and
I think
other
so.
things and
Do you know that?
No, I don't know.
you
Yeah,
don't know if
I
they.
never heard of them.
the columnar ones. It's more of a
Yeah.
landscaping.
Is it how they prune it?
No,
No, it
they
grows
grow
that
like
way.
that.
How they grow.
Just like
I
one
mean-
in our neighborhood, and it
It's
just looks like a
modified.
stick with.
Kind of like
leaves coming out of it.
like variegation or whatever. They find the ones that do that as a mutant, and then they like.
They're not attractive though.
Oh, I like.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
In the parking
Better
lot.
than nothing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it is better than nothing, I guess,
Yeah,
but
better than nothing, and then you don't have to worry about trucks.
yes, I know
Burning
that that's
past
a
it and
problem,
stuff.
yes,
Right.
yeah.
You know, they definitely don't shade as much. There's no question.
Oh, right.
But like, on Cornelius, we did the columnar sweet gums because the side, like, we were literally planting a tree like that big, and the sidewalk is right there. So if you get something to grow straight up,
All right.
yeah.
What could another one fit instead of columnar? Here, John, do you know?
Yeah, a good tree could fit there. It's just, as I was saying, it might block the sign, so a columnar sounds like it's a good compromise. You can-
Yeah, we,
And it is in a
Or-
parking lot too, so if it goes too big, it would be a problem. Too wide. And there are a bunch of trees there. It's just there's that one little
yeah,
spot that's right in front of the nail place, and it's,
we got, I think it was Chase Bank. We got them to plant all those trees along ShopRite Plaza where there had never
Yeah.
been trees before. And I
Yeah.
thought that looked really good.
yeah.
I think those are all service berries.
That's good luck with the Blue Arrow, Juniper,
Mhm.
and, Japanese holly.
Yeah, I think those are both columnars. Yeah.
Do we need a vote on this, or is this just?
No, that's, I'll put that one,
Okay.
I'll tell them, cause that's, the planning board's gonna refer that to you guys. They'll probably plant it in the spring.
Mhm.
So that'll be a follow-up item. 3406 State Street, so just a quick follow-up. Nothing has changed on the plans. I didn't know if anybody had gone out there and seen if they wanted to add anything.
Well, since I was in the air, I went by there, but there was a crowd of people there, so I didn't want to.
This one still has time. It doesn't need a recommendation yet if you still want more time to go out and look. A little more time on that one?
Yeah.
Okay. And then. Oh, this is a new one for you guys. This is a referral from the planning board. This is the old town hall on the corner of Balltown Road and Alton Street, like CVS is over here. They're moving their dumpster, but where they're moving it to is pretty close to single family homes over here. So the planning board is requesting a landscaping treatment and would refer the planting plan to you guys. So you can actually see this from Balltown Road, but you gotta be really careful when you're driving down Balltown. Road. It's probably better to either turn onto Buxton Street, which is, you can actually kind of get to it from the light, like Van Antwerp. It's that funny thing here.
Yeah.
Or you can go onto Alton and then into the parking lot here and you can see where they want to put the dumpster there. So the dumpster is gonna be pretty tall and enclosed. It'll have like a 6-foot fence.
Oh, this is. the
So
CVS, right?
they want screening of that dumpster to the adjacent residences. He was talking like hydrangeas and stuff, but I mean, I think he can probably fit trees there. We can go look.
What about an evergreen tree that never loses its
Or an
leaves?
evergreen tree would be good too.
Yeah, a little better too.
Already makes it nice.
It looks like Buxton Street comes right up to there. Is there any grass there?
There is actually.
Okay.
When, I don't know exactly why, but when this changed hands and wasn't owned by the town anymore, the town actually broke this. It's not a road anymore. Where the dumpster is proposed to be planted is grass. So this is the end of Buxton Street and this is the end of the driveway and there's about a 10-foot section of grass there.
But the trash is gonna be picked up from Buxton Street.
No, from the parking lot side.
Okay.
So the screening actually kind of needs to be on this side because the residences are over here.
So that's gonna be the back of the fence.
That's the back of the fences on this side.
Okay.
It won't really have screening to this parking lot. We're trying to look at trees and screening on this side of it here. So like from Balltown Road.
Those are existing trees.
Yeah, those are existing.
What's that little one to the right of the new garbage can or dumpster? Is that a tree or is that something else?
I'm not sure. Does it have a legend?
It's like a weird.
Like
See a
a
legend.
extraterrestrial symbol, that thing you mean?
Oh, actually, there are a bunch of them over
Yes,
to
they're
the
all over
right.
the place, yeah.
Those are probably bushes.
Bushes,
Yeah.
it's been bushes.
It doesn't have a legend, but that's my guess. Because the CVS actually has a mixture of trees and bushes in this corner here.
Hmm.
So that one is also a new one, so you can drive by and take a look at it and then just be aware that the plan, he's gonna submit a planting plan. It probably will need some augmentation from you guys.
What are these other like little photos?
I think he was drawing on a site plan from before. Those aren't related to the site plan. It's just, normally the dumpster used to be located over here, like where this grass area is. And so there weren't really residences around that. He would like to locate it over here so it's easier for trash pickup and maintenance. But now you're closer to the single family home, so that's why the planning board, I think basically their only comment is that they want the tree council to work on screening.
Why is it easier for the trash pickup there? The truck has further to go and.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think his story is when he dug to put in the fence posts in the original location, they ran into underground wires
Oh.
and not sure what those wires are,
Oh.
but then
And you're also alive. Yeah, thanks.
He didn't die.
don't know who's did the work digging, but that would be a better location.
Okay, so that's all the drawings I had for you. I just wanted to give you 3 quick updates. The planning board adopted your recommendation for Glen Eddy and required, I think it was 2 to 4 trees to be planted along Clute Crest. So, and Glen Eddy was amenable to that, so
Nice.
that got completed. I mean, I think they'll probably plant the trees in the spring is my guess, but it got included in the resolution, the planning board like that.
So I also went by Glen Eddy today, and so I definitely need some on Creek Crest. That's
On
what-
Crew Crest, yeah, that's
Oh, I
what
went there
we
too. I
recommended,
went
yeah.
there. But, and this is a side, just, I have to say it. So while I was there were 2 landscaping people with gas powered leaf blowers going
Oh,
double
you should
barrel.
talk to 'em.
And they're right outside the windows of these elderly people. It's hard of hearing anyway. This thing was so loud. There were 2 of them side by side. Blowing the leaves out of the trees.
That's really funny.
Probably that too.
Yeah.
Has the town ever talked about, with leaf blowers starting to use, electric like some towns?
So
do?
the CAC actually just came up with legislation to limit gas powered leaf blowers to a short window in the fall. The Conservation Advisory Council, Quiet Niskuna. John actually helped start it with Vicky.
Mhm.
But it goes through the Conservation Advisory Council. And they are proposing legislation to the town board that got brought to the committee this month. But it wouldn't actually ban it right now. It's like the first step is you couldn't have it in the spring, but you could have it on limited circumstances in the fall. But the idea is that it would help transition companies
Yes.
because companies actually
Yes.
use them year round.
Yes.
So if the companies were like, okay, well, we're just gonna switch to electric, there's no reason for them to pull out the gas ones in the fall And then that allows people to like just transition. And then I think eventually you go from limiting the time to banning them, but we're not proposing a ban yet.
This is how it's succeeded in other towns around the
Yeah.
country.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bans cause a lot of like
Yeah.
immediate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's good to hear.
Which a lot of people use their gas powered leaf blowers on grass clippings in the
Yeah,
summer,
yeah,
and that
yeah.
would not be allowed.
Snow, our neighbor uses it to get.
Oh, really? Daylight?
Driveway, yes.
So funny.
I know.
I actually.
Not desirable.
Just make sure you got everything. So that was, I think, a really good observation that got included. 2310 Knott Street, you guys were gonna go by and look at that, but that one got withdrawn.
Yep.
So you can just take that one off your, and then Rivers
Can
Ledge, the what?
you right where the tree belongs?
Oh, no, really?
Yes.
Rivers Ledge Phase 2 did complete their planting. I was out there last week. It looked really good. It looked like they did everything we asked them to do. They did plant that very steep slope with a lot of things.
Wow.
When I was there were still some leaves and I could tell, you can tell there's river birches, there's sycamores, there's red twig dogwood. Yeah, they did put trees in that little stone spot that we asked them. They're there. I actually think they may have planted additional trees in the lower section because I walk there sometimes. It's really close to my house. And I don't remember this line of trees that we didn't even ask them to plant, but it looked like they had planted more trees. And then on the public use, multi-use path, they planted all the evergreens all the way down it. So drive through it, looked to me like they did everything we asked them to do. They will probably do an as-built plus possibly more. Yeah, it looked really good.
Should we be giving them a prize like we did? with-
Seriously, do you ever
Yeah,
get commendation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think,
We did some price chopper last year.
I think we should put them on our list of,
I agree.
Aqueduct Park needs to be inaugurated with the new plantings.
what?
Aqueduct Park needs to be inaugurated with the new plantings.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There's some that are dying in there.
There's some, they actually came back better than I thought, and they pulled most of the dead ones and replanted. I think I only saw one or two this summer
I remember. I think I took pictures.
of where you saw some of the dead ones. There, there's a fair number of dead rhododendrons after this super hot summer. A lot of rhododendron died. Most of the trees look like they were okay though.
Okay, should we go to reports? For them, one is the highway department liaison.
So I actually have a little update on this. The supervisor has been working really hard on getting a highway department employee to start attending the tree council meeting.
Oh,
And one of her ideas, which I think is really fine, would be, like, I know Carol and I at one point had talked about maybe the highway department would run one meeting and then the planning department would run so that we do every other. But I think it would be hard because we do have continuity with planning. What the supervisors thought is that we would put the highway stuff at the very beginning. So like they could just run their little mini section at the beginning and you guys could do all the highway stuff. Then they could leave. And then if we had planning projects, I could do the planning project.
Sort of stuff they're gonna bring us. Other than
Well,
us
I
saying
actually
things
think it's more like you actually have the person in the room and like to Tony's point with your action items, you can
Mhm.
just kind of go through the action items with
Planting trees this week. Disney
Yeah.
planting
Yeah.
trees.
yeah.
kind of like that.
Yeah. So they would give me a report saying we,
She's
on Dean
actually-
Street, we planted 6 trees this week.
Potentially, or like she's saying like she's trying to get actually the parks department to come. So then you could be like, you would actually have a direct contact with them to be like, hey, we have this watering truck. Like, what would it take to get,
Right.
So that's her vision.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it certainly builds a relationship. It's harder to say no to people when you don't
Yeah.
know who they are.
Right.
Right.
You still want to have a meeting where you don't know what to say. You want to make sure that there's some.
Because they were coming like every month or every other month and you guys had items that you wanted to talk to them about and they would be coming regularly.
Yeah, because every month we give them an email. So
Yeah.
we can be
Yeah.
discussing that.
Yeah.
So the Tree City signs, the watering,
Right.
things like that.
So it's not like concrete, but that's what she was working on. I was talking to her about it during our budget meetings, and that's what her vision was, to see if she can make happen for this year.
Or another thing that we've talked about is having a town council rep, and I was wondering whether with the new election, whether somebody like a Shook like.
I was just gonna say that, yeah. Yeah.
Like, well, I thought, you know.
Yeah. He's actually why I'm on the tree council. He told me there was an opening. I applied.
So,
Do we, how does that work? Do we approach them? Do you approach?
I'll ask her about a show too. Yeah.
that would be-
Yeah. I'm not sure, what committee he's gonna take over, but it is a good
I can
idea.
also say that we used to have a liaison with the town board until the last few years.
Right.
It's not something new. It's not a new precedent.
Yeah.
Even if they could attend quarterly.
Yeah. You can come quarterly. That might make more sense than,
Yeah, the other ones didn't come all the time.
No.
They checked in and
Yeah.
we had somebody we could go to
Mhm.
if we needed something on the board.
If we knew when they were coming, we could make the agenda based on their presence.
Okay, so we want to talk more about that or set with the liaison for the highway department or?
So would we still do the email thing with the highway department? Like how they're doing, how you guys are working on that?
you should see how she sets it up. That email goes to Ray, and she's talking about potentially getting us a Parks Department person, but
And would he have the authority to do
have a
the
parks
things?
department.
Would he have the authority to do the things that we're requesting?
You'd rather have park.
hopefully, or at least
No,
he would have a more direct channel. Yeah.
How is Ray related to the Parks Department?
Highway Department, is the ultimate, so the superintendent of Highway, Parks and Recreation, I think, is Ray Smith's ultimate title. It's kind of like how I run the planning and the building department. He has multiple departments inside of him, but the Parks Department has like their own head person. So,
Isn't it his fun?
yeah, it is.
Well.
You really are. You push back on this. You are the Ray whisperer.
I think that's who she's actually trying to get to come to the meeting, but
Say what?
I think
Ideally.
that's who she's thinking about to try and get to
Uh-huh.
come to the meeting.
I mean, we seem to deal with the highway department, don't we? More so than the park?
So the parks did help us plant our bare root trees when we did that
In the
Pet-
park.
in the parks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but what about, I mean, all of our things are the.
The trees are all, yeah.
yeah, that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works, but I do think that it would be good to have a beginning, and maybe they would just come representing the highway department. I'm not sure. I just know that she told me that she's working hard on trying to get you guys an actual person.
Well, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, agreed.
And it sounds like it has a special connection to the supervised
Yeah.
highway department.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could help a lot.
Yeah.
And
Is
I
it-
feel like that was her hearing you guys.
So Jeff needs to leave in 5 minutes, and so maybe we should jump to the discussion about the calendar. And Laura, you wanna
Yeah.
update us on the late,
Well, I think that we have decided that
The calendar?
yeah, it's beautiful. You guys,
Go with this one,
you guys did a great job. I think
this one.
it's very confusing about the town selling it, so I think that what we'll do is I'll purchase them and then as long as I don't sell them for more than it was, I buy them for. I believe the supervisor said we can do an email blast and it'll function just like what we normally do. So that's where we landed.
Laura, you think it's gonna fall in your pocket?
Just, yeah, because I think that's just easier.
oh, the issue is handling the money.
Yeah, the issue is handling the money.
I couldn't understand why there was an issue. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Planning, or you mean you personally?
So I think me personally, I did get a little confused in the conversation with the supervisors, but it's okay.
So there's a cost to print them.
Yeah,
They're gonna sell them for the
yeah,
printing cost.
Yeah.
right.
Laura, come back to us if you wind up losing money.
Okay, I think it'll be fine.
But, so the money will go back to you,
Right,
and I've gotta go to Knott Street and say, instead of the town is purchasing them, you are, and you have
Right.
to be taxed.
right, and I have to pay the check.
But just make sure you don't lose money on it.
Well, if I don't, well, one, I don't really mind because I like to buy tree council stuff all the time and it's going out. into the
Yeah,
world.
We have money in our budget. that we
Yeah.
could use for this.
Right, right.
Yeah, I know. And I have been trying to catch her because I did say I will pay for them, but I know Carol asked me this exact question. Like I from planning department or I from Laura Robertson? And I actually didn't get full clarification, but worst comes to worst, it'll just be me, which I do not mind it. No.
So
I don't
I don't know how to go back to Knott Street yet. Do I go back with the taxable? Cause it's going to you as an individual?
Yeah, well, we know that that works.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if the town buys it, then it's not taxable, right? Isn't it?
Right. Yeah,
Right,
because
so,
the town doesn't pay tax.
right, so
Well, maybe just one
can't,
day.
can't
I
you
have
just
not
buy
been
them
able
out
to
of
catch her.
the budget that you have for the tree council?
You can, the problem is that it's, like the
Getting the money
collecting of the
from-
money is the hard part. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I'm saying,
who
what
could
if
collect, who
you're buying
could
it just
collect?
To hold it for the citizen who's gonna buy it. So
Correct.
The citizen buys it, it's taxable,
Exactly.
so,
Exactly.
so how do we buy it tax free and then sell it to someone who should be paying tax?
Yeah, it's complicated. And so I think then the easiest way is for like just, someone, and I don't mind doing it, paying up front, and then we sell the calendars. It sounded like we could still sell them through all the channels that we talked about. And we collect them.
What are we gonna sell them for? Cause it was going to be $10 and that was
A little bit
$1
more, right?
cost.
I mean, I personally think that we should sell them for $5 and I don't mind covering the difference. But if we wanted to sell them for more, the only problem with selling them for more than $5 is the small change becomes an issue. Like.
Yeah.
Like my department doesn't hold dollar bills. Like
Couldn't you just bring some in?
yeah, you could. Yeah, you could.
How much does it cost to print
It
them?
was $9.
$9. So
Almost.
you can't sell it for $5.
$9 without tax?
$9.
Why not?
$9.
Why can't the tree council subsidize $4
Because
a door?
it's gonna come out of Laura's pocket.
Well, I don't mind.
Or do
You don't want it to come out
No,
of.
no, no. I'm not talking about it coming out of Laura's pocket.
$450.
You need a-
Right, but I mean, we would get most of that back, especially if we print the extra one.
Yeah, and just to let you know, what I'm sending around was the initial proof that I agreed to, but they didn't have a hole punched.
I was gonna ask how come there was.
So when they punched the hole and they took the asterisk off of October, the font got funky from August on. So the Knott Street was good. They're gonna print another 50 for free for us.
Wow.
But again, I
They
told
know why the font got weird? Did
they had to do something with October with that asterisk and they're not sure what happened.
Somehow it like,
And they said now they're not.
Oh, but then I sent you one without the asterisk. Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
so the reprint will have the asterisk again.
No.
Oh, it won't?
I've gotten
So
to-
Carol, let me know. I don't know how that asterisk got there, but I took out the asterisk and sent her the.
I got
So anyways, but I haven't asked them to reprint them because I'm not sure what we're doing with the,
I definitely think you can say reprint them. And then
okay,
Yeah,
I feel like the safest thing to do is just have them charged to me.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I'll have them.
so when I contacted people, including Jim, because his daughter Evelyn's picture,
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
the people were really excited.
Oh, I know they are.
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
getting emails about them.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
good.
no, I know.
Um,
I'm not worried about.
But we
Getting
need
them out
to
to
decide
people.
on the price because they're actually selling them there at the Knott Street office. They sold one already before they even put them out. They were.
Yeah.
And
People
every
like
time
them.
I went to the co-op and somebody said, oh, I'll buy one as I was just standing in line. So we have to figure out what the price was. When I went to vote, 2 people wanted to.
Oh, really?
Yes.
People like them. They're beautiful.
Laura's not losing any money on that. I'm firm on that.
Okay, so we'll do it that way.
$5 or $8? What do you think?
So where's the lost money gonna go? Where's the other, I mean,
See you later.
so what?
Do you want to do $8 and then we'll just figure out how to do the
See,
change?
Jeff,
After my view session.
Did you say it cost $9 to print?
You need a.
Yeah, but that's just sort of a safety margin.
Is that, I don't know how much tax is.
Yeah, I mean,
So you have to charge them $8 plus tax?
no, I'm not, no, I just have to sell them less than what I paid for them. And then it doesn't trigger any of the tax issues in New York State,
Okay,
because you're not making profit.
okay.
Yeah, as
Okay.
long as you don't make profit.
Okay.
Do you need any sponsorship dollars to offset it? I'm happy to.
Oh, thanks, Tim.
Please, yeah.
The only-
They're very nice. Nice job.
They're gorgeous. I'm very proud of them and I love them.
Yes, I do
And
too.
they're gonna, the new ones are gonna be out the edge, I
Oh,
think.
yeah.
Because we were able to do.
Are they stapled in the middle?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, cool. They did that. Oh.
They did.
Can they do the one thing?
that.
It's the 6th on 2026. Like the 6th is.
I think that's the
That's
font.
the font.
Yes.
The font?
That's the font.
Okay.
If it really bothers you, I can change the font.
No, it looks like the size is of the calendar.
Oh, it does, it does look bigger.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I'll fix that.
Because I
Yeah.
have to, whatever you give them, they're not gonna make any more changes.
They're just gonna print it.
Print it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And also they said, we didn't need to do all the upside down and everything like that.
Oh, so I could send
Well-
the unflipped one?
That's what they said.
Because I do a lot of like, after I do it, then I have to flip it and then save it again and then, I rotate them and.
know.
So,
Well, maybe this time though, I would just fix the
Yeah,
six.
just
yeah,
fix it.
just fixing that's real easy, yeah. yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah,
send
yeah.
that and,
Next time.
yes.
Yeah, and who's gonna distribute? So there's gonna be an email blast and people just come in and pick it up?
So we'll sell them at the building department.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put
I
them,
think that'll be the only place we sell them just for ease of. Like, it's too hard to explain it to like other departments.
track of it.
Right.
Yeah.
But the Knott Street office can.
Yeah,
sell
they
them
can
right
sell
in the
'em.
co-op.
Yeah, and then we'll sell them at the building department.
I'll get change.
What about like the library? Well, what,
This one doesn't have the background.
I think it's hard
I
for
think that one.
government.
Yeah, I like that. This one's not.
And I do already have some emails of people requesting them, so I'm gonna tally up the
Never
emails
ending.
and then let them know that they can come and get them.
Yeah, Knott Street office is pretty good.
That's a good idea, like maybe posting that at the library and say that the calendar is available at the building department.
And so we're gonna have 50 good ones, 50 with the funky fonts.
Can I see what the fun?
Yeah.
I didn't actually even
I
know.
think you saw the funky font.
I didn't
I-
even notice it.
I noticed it when I
Mindy
got
noticed
home.
it.
Yeah.
My husband saw it. He's like,
Yeah.
what is this? It's like, oh,
Oh, they overlap a little.
Yeah, that's the little nook I made. I actually tied two red buds together.
Yeah, that picture's gorgeous.
It's like a little,
So they still charge you for those
Way
even though
into
that
the
there's a
yard.
problem with it?
No.
No.
Oh,
You're not charging it.
oh, so those you should just give to people, right? I mean, if you didn't change for them, I mean,
So-
That'd be fine.
Yeah, it's just that
Oh,
some buy them and some people don't, then maybe we could charge a little less for the funky one. I don't know.
is it readable?
well, you know what? Would it,
It's
would
sort
it
of like
be,
pushed
would it
together.
be a nice gesture then to distribute those to other committees?
Oh, yeah, we could
The
do
tree
that.
council is giving those to the other committees?
Volunteers to the town.
Right.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, but we have 50 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, how many committees are
Like, this-
there? I
I'm
mean,
sure
there's-
every single person on the CAC would love
You
that.
know,
And then also what happens if we sell out? Would
I
you,
think we could order more.
and
yeah.
you would pay for them and then we do the same thing?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
how many get a
$8.
Right now, we ordered 50 to
Okay.
start. So, but we're getting 100.
So I'll see you file tomorrow, so you can bring them the new files.
Okay,
So
that's good.
don't have to print them yet until you get the file, right? They're not printing yet, right?
No, they're on hold and they're like, I don't understand why we're on hold. We're doing it for free, you know? I'm like, I know.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
We want to
Nice.
set the price at $8 a calendar.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Just bring in some dollar bills.
We'll just have to have the dollar bills on hand.
They're gonna wonder because they're selling them. They sold one for $10.
Yeah. We'll just tell them that we looked into the laws and we can't sell them for profit, so we brought it down to 8.
They wanted to sell them for 20. Yeah. so-
I mean, that's a bargain, $8 for a calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
anyway.
and it's beautiful and it has all the pictures.
Unique.
It's all from
beautiful.
Nikki Una.
I
know,
know,
it's
it's beautiful.
So we need to put the bad ones aside.
Like my favorite picture of all time.
Which one?
one's,
What's that one?
I mean, the other ones are
Love
fine.
it.
Oh, I love that. Oh, it's,
It's beautiful.
You can see that they're. a
It
little-
is kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely,
Can we use Venmo or PayPal?
That's what I was gonna, to Venmo or PayPal.
can do that to me.
Yeah, that's,
Yes.
that's what I mean, that would be.
I wouldn't think that,
I mean, like to sell the calendars.
I
Can't do it at the counter unless Laura's.
yeah, I could, if I'm there, my phone is there.
How is the co-op gonna sell them? They're just,
Cash.
just.
We don't know. We
Yeah,
haven't
they
talked
talked
with
to
them yet.
Oh, okay.
The Knott Street office volunteered, so.
They can give you a QR code in the Knott Street office, like people could just go up to, hit it, and it'll Venmo, bring it right to Venmo.
I use Venmo with my Girl Scout cookie booth, and there's like, it is a little complicated with commercial versus residential.
Okay.
It's probably better to not.
Okay, yeah,
Generally.
No, the
Yeah.
service they offer.
Yeah, I know.
Like this.
so in your blast, just say cash only.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. But I mean, like, for you guys, if you wanted to Venmo, that'd be fine, cause I know you.
Yeah.
But Amy's not there. She's the
know.
one who said, hey, we should make a calendar.
Oh, I thought that was Carol.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. She's the one who said, let's do a photo contest.
She's the
Oh,
one that
yeah.
said we had a calendar. And we're like, no, we don't have a
Yeah,
calendar
but
yet.
there was a guy who used to be on, he's another teacher who lives, on the corner of Van Antwerp and McGovern.
Oh, yeah, Daryl.
I think he's the one who was really excited about doing a calendar.
Oh, yeah, I ran into Daryl the other day. I'll have to tell him we have a calendar out. He'll probably really like that.
Nicely done.
His daughter does crew.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Tree inventory, tree master plan subcommittee. Town board presentation?
I haven't actually gotten any comments back on the master plan, so I'm assuming it's fine. At some point, I think we should schedule a presentation to the town board to just present the plan to them and then get it on for adoption.
Oh, the chair people.
Yeah.
The plan is really long.
It's not too long.
It's about 50, 60, yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go through every page.
No.
Yeah. Just the highlights, the different sections of that,
So beginning of the year presentation to the town board?
Yeah. like January, February. I think that'd be good.
When is the new board officially the new board?
January 1st. Sometimes they do the swearing in ceremony on January 1st, and sometimes they wait until like January 8th or 14th or something like that. It just seems to depend on the supervisor.
Hmm.
It is funny, like sometimes they will actually bring them in on New Year's Day. But like last year, they did not. It just seems to depend.
Yeah, it's probably better to do it with the new board.
Originally, they were doing it like its own meeting, and then Jamie was like, why are we doing this? And just put it on the first, like make a special meeting on the, you know, how they meet on the second and the fourth Tuesdays. So then they were swearing them in on the second Tuesday of January, which ends up being like the 10th or the 14th or whatever it falls on that calendar.
So what's the status with the fact that Ray was a little perturbed looking into it? I mean, has he gotten to see this and?
Yeah, so we emailed it to him ahead of time before we even sent it to the supervisor.
Right.
Ray,
And we love that he was like, little, then he wanted to see it.
he wanted to
And
see.
there was another version.
Right, there was another
Is-
version.
Is he okay now? or-
I didn't get any comments
Okay,
from him since then, and I did send it to the supervisor, and she hasn't given me any comments.
Right.
So
This time.
it has been a busy time.
Yeah.
I can follow up with them and see if there's anything they want to add, but,
Did I get a copy?
oh, sure, yeah.
but it's, as
The new guy.
Turner's talking about.
You want a
actions
copy
and
too?
measures.
Yeah.
Clerk pointed out last time this issue of replacing 6 inches with 6 inches, and we haven't resolved that issue. We don't actually have that in the.
No, I don't think we should put that in there right now. But if we do kind of have in there that we should look at our code and sort of putting that in the comprehensive plan. When we actually look at our code, then I think we could look at something like that. For a code amendment.
Takes a while for a code amendment to get through the steps. So if we start that at the beginning of the year, then at the end of the year, we could. It
Well,
will be
that's
done.
faster than the tree management plan.
Yes. Well, it depends on how much you change.
Yes.
That's true too.
That's a big change, and I don't think we're like settled on that, right? What we're gonna do.
I think certainly that we need more research and everything to, if we're gonna ask for it, there needs to be something to back it up other than that we think it's a good idea.
Yeah, but you did say you know of places that have it, right? So,
That was Margaret.
oh, that's Margaret. So we could look at the Syracuse
Right.
code and we could actually
Right.
talk to them and see how it gets.
Yeah.
Because there are things in our code that's written in our code and not actually implemented, so it'd be good to know if they've actually seen how it works.
But some light rating for you guys over the next couple months. It's on the town website. There's a click at the very bottom of the website for town code.
Code.
Look
Yeah.
for the
Own
tree
chapter.
code
Yeah.
and start glancing at it and see.
109, I think.
Yeah.
It's just called trees.
And it's just that chapter alone, or is there sub trees in other sections?
There's some in the subdivision. There's a requirement for planting trees in the subdivision codes. And there's a requirement for like screening and stuff in the zoning code, but generally speaking, that trees code is what we use for development. And actually for private property as well.
Mhm.
So on private property, you can't clear more than 10,000 square feet without a building permit. That's in that tree code. Sounds like a lot, but it's 100 feet by 100 feet. Can't clear more than that.
Okay. So then we got the tree planting subcommittee.
I got your summary email was awesome.
What did I say?
Yeah.
Yeah, where you put all of the things, I sent it to
Mhm.
Ray, actually.
Your spreadsheet.
Yeah, your spreadsheet.
Uh, well, so I tracked it just so I could sort of keep track of what we've accomplished this year. 30 is a good number. We wanted 40. And so I don't know how me and Jeff's not here, do we say 30 is a success? Or do we say, gee whiz, we fell a little short? And I'm looking at something from the master plan.
Yeah, that's the master
All right,
plan.
so what comes to mind is street trees removed.
Mm.
And in order for us to say, hey, we had a really good year,
Yeah.
don't we need to know how many trees were removed?
Mhm.
And if, I mean, because there's some years here where where 80 were removed, 60, 67.
Yep.
And if we're planning 30,
Yeah.
Right.
my math, I know I'm not good at math, but that we're short. So anyway, I'm happy. I'm trying to be positive and say 30 is good, but I don't know. Is 30 good or not?
At
And
the end of the year.
I do
right?
get that
Yeah.
at the end of the year.
what's that?
I'll have that number before
good.
December 1st, but I get it for submitting to the Tree City,
Okay, the trees removed
the
number.
trees removed,
I just think it would be interesting
Right.
to know what that is.
What does Tree City do?
December 1st.
Oh, that's soon.
Yeah. They moved up the deadline
Wow.
and they don't let you miss it anymore.
Are you gonna?
Do you
Yeah.
need any help with anything?
I'm not usually, I usually need the numbers from the highway department.
Okay.
So I'll have those numbers shortly.
Yeah. And the
2
things we,
weeks away.
Yeah, December 1st, yeah, it's the 13th.
and all the things we did with the Arbor Fest, the.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, those all in.
Right.
And your point about the 30 trees, is that a good number? I mean, it's certainly better than it was last year. But my concern too is that the year before, they cut our budget because they say you never
Yeah.
meet your goals. So, I mean, we were prepared to meet our goals. We very easily could have met our goals because we had a lot of trees to plant. And I don't want that to impact it so that next year our budget is cut even more. And then, and like we never can like get to at least,
Well, and the other thing is 10 of those trees
Yeah.
were the
yes,
Community Foundation
Yes.
Day of Service.
Right.
Yes.
Which
Yes.
we don't do every year.
correct.
So it was really more 20 trees.
20
Is there a way
trees,
to
yeah.
figure out based on the budget approximately how many trees we can purchase for the year?
Or I think we can get
Yeah.
40 with the budget.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So then
We
I think,
stretched it a little bit, but it was really darn close and we planned it down to basically the penny.
all right,
We
and
were
that's
able to
not
get-
counting the community day.
No, that
trees.
does count those trees, but I mean, we could plant similar sized
Did
trees.
we
to
pay
that.
for those
Yeah.
trees?
Yeah, we paid for
Oh,
those.
okay. I think if we're gonna have a meeting with the highway folks or liaison or whatever, I think it's a good time this in the winter when we're done with the planning to say, here's what we did in 2025. What can we do better? How do we
Yes.
boost this number a little
Right.
bit in 2026?
Agreed.
40?
Yeah.
Planting early in April was a good kickoff to the year
Mhm.
because we got 10, 12 trees in the ground in April. We'd like to do that again.
Mhm.
And Chet, we should also look at the backlog of the people requesting. Is that going down at all? Or have more been added? Because there was like 100 trees that were in the backlog.
That seems to be a very closely guarded list.
Yeah, they stopped it.
Mhm.
They stopped the ability to sign up.
Highway, and we asked for that list in 2025 and, it
Yeah.
fell on deaf ears. And so that is closely held and guarded list, but I would love to see it, to know what we've done, who's gotten the tree.
We did get it once, yes.
We got it
I
in
mean, and like for spring, we actually planned 10 trees, a second round of 10 trees. It's just the highway said that they couldn't get to it this year. So we already have the 10 trees locations already made for the spring. They're ready to go. We already have the people's choices. We already know the addresses. All we need really is for stakes. We're waiting for stakes on those 10.
To Chet's point, we should aim for more than 10 in the spring and 10 in the fall.
Even if we just did 15 and 15 or something.
Well-
You had the table of how many, going back 5 years, how many street trees are being planted?
Not many.
No, I mean, in the past, further back in the past.
The list is how many planted, not necessarily street.
Okay.
Trees
We
removed,
could have some
street
tree
trees
trees.
planted, park trees planted. So to me, the Blatnick effort is in park
Yeah.
trees. And then total trees planted.
Right.
Yeah.
But several years ago, there was someone in the highway department who was,
Yeah, in 2018, 2019, 2020, there was 40, 39, and 30 trees planted. That was when
okay.
Mike Trentini.
So we were able to get to 40, but there weren't higher ones than that.
But it would be nice to know what's the ratio between what's removed and what's replaced?
Let me-
Because if we're talking 150, 200 trees taken out to be replaced with 30 or 40, I mean, we're,
I just wanted to get a sense as to what the highway department was able to do in the past. And so, yeah,
Yeah, I think
A
40.
dedicated person for
with a dedicated person
Yeah.
getting up to 40, yeah, which is,
Which is another thing like we can talk about. I know Jim had
Yeah.
had a lot of ideas about other ways to get the trees in the ground. Like maybe we keep working on some of those ideas too, where we work with Schenectady County or we do.
Well, I think the thing with the school,
Yeah.
the teacher in his class,
Yeah.
there's one thing, I
Right.
think the community day
Yeah.
is a no-brainer that we should do that again in 2026.
Yeah.
Find another place.
Yeah, even if it's not through NISCA.
Right.
right, right.
And cap.
but it would be good to get more street trees in.
Yeah, but those could be street trees. Right, so Mr. Peters' class,
Yeah.
they come in and they learn all about right of ways and they do research on the codes and everything. Like I think they could do street trees. It's just we didn't want them to do street trees and they're planting like like he was saying maybe we could if we pay they could do bigger ones.
We did Ray and Cornelius.
Yeah, Ray and Cornelius was kind of a community day and that worked great. Those were smaller.
And so the highway department was somewhat involved, but we didn't need their permission.
No, they gave us
Okay.
permission on that one. Yeah. But we've talked about that. Amy Hwansky was big on that. We could do our own sort of like pick a street and do a planting day where, that was just 2 blocks and we added like 20 trees.
Mhm,
Most of volunteer for that.
mhm,
Yeah.
Every company that will volunteer for that.
mhm.
Yeah. I mean those 2 blocks had like almost no trees. So
National Grid came through and,
National Grid gave us 50% of the, well, 50.
no, they destroyed a lot of trees,
Yeah,
which is
well-
why we went in and replaced.
When you get closer to Union Street, that was the first homes that were built. So those trees are the oldest. So we've lost, like, the reason that like Morrow and Baker still have those like
Right.
is because those were some of the newer old unit developments. Union Street look like Morrow. It's just that those trees have aged out. And now it's more of a mixture of different kinds of trees, or they haven't been replanted.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get down to Union, it's a lot bare than when you're up towards like Providence.
Mhm.
Just because those guys went in like 1900s, like Baker was like 1930s. So there's like a, a couple
Okay.
decade difference.
Well, and we keep talking about when we did the hillside that we were gonna do the street, the trees on the, is it Common or whatever?
Oh, good news. I did actually finally get a hold of the Elm. Like,
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
she said that their executive director died unexpectedly and that they moved locations, but they do have our trees. They're about 6 feet tall.
Nice.
And I just said, do you think that we can still plant them this year, or can you send them to us in the spring or the fall of next year? Because it seems like it might be too late.
I would get them when we can,
Yes.
you know.
No, I think it's too late. Don't you think it's?
Oh, no, I mean, not now, but I mean, next year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If she'll give them to us in the spring,
Mhm.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they're alive.
Awesome.
Okay. That's it.
How many? There were 20, right?
I think it's slightly more than that, like 26 or
Oh, wow.
Well, that'd be
It's
excellent.
more-
Trees.
Well, that'd be excellent.
Wow.
so I think they're supposed to be bigger than 6 feet, but 6 feet is fine.
Mhm.
We lost like one or two at Aqueduct Park, but
Right.
most of them are still there.
Yeah.
And I don't think we lost a single one at Blatnick. Those things are like 10 feet tall now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look really good.
For the residents who submitted their forms and they thought they were gonna get a tree this fall, I think that it would be a good idea if we sent them a letter.
Yeah,
And just to kind of say, you submitted your form, we weren't able to get to it. However, we'll be contacting you in the spring and planting in the spring. Just, right, don't you think that? I don't know where those.
Yeah, I'm a little
Have 'em?
fuzzy on that list, and then I know you sent some things through, here's.
Yeah, I
another
just keep
form.
on getting another one.
Well.
But I don't know
think
where
we
the
need to
original list
somehow
is.
Pull this, and you.
Yeah,
say
where were,
that
because
you
I,
got a sense of who wants a tree for the spring that we
Well,
didn't
just
get
from
to.
that spreadsheet, just from that one spreadsheet where we broke it up into 2 orders. But then the highway department went to the Via Del Mar, I think, and they said they didn't want it if they couldn't plant it right next to the stump. So they took those guys off the list and then went to Ray. So, but
All right, I'm a little confused in terms of I know there's more people that have asked for
Right.
trees and we were gonna stake them and all that, and we didn't get to them this fall. So I'm a little fuzzy on who they are and what they've requested. I have to.
I have that.
okay, all right, okay, all right,
I have
okay,
one on my desk that I.
all right.
I'll compare it to the spreadsheet that you sent out. Because you had the final addresses of everywhere that was
I
planted.
tried.
Yeah.
And again, people have edits, I can
Mhm.
easily update it, but that's,
The only thing that switched, I think, on the planting was they switched Via Del Mar to Ray Street.
again,
Oh, that person that was kept calling them? Yes, okay, so yes, I know that's all he cared about. I want to plant a tree, remember? You gotta plant a tree in that guy's yard who keeps calling us over and over again. That was his,
He would call
Thing.
me every few weeks.
yes.
And
So
he
I,
must have also called the highway department because I didn't say anything to them about that. I just put him on the list. But when they switched to him, so he must have been.
oh yeah, because when we saw Ray downstairs, that's all he
Yeah.
said is that we need to plant, there's a guy that calls the office every day. He needs a tree. So I'm glad he got a tree.
Yeah, the
That's a
Ray.
lesson for young people, perseverance.
Yes.
All the other people on the list.
All right.
But you know, the reason is because he really likes the Cornelius tree planting, and he's been actually asking for a tree since the Cornelius planting. Yeah, because
Poor
he's
guy.
on that corner. He's on the corner of Ray and Cornelius. Yeah.
So you know the people who thought they were gonna get a tree,
Yes,
but
I do
didn't
have
get
that.
them.
Mhm.
So do you want me to craft a little letter? Just to-
And then I can send it to the addresses
Okay.
that I have. That'd be
Alright,
great.
okay.
And then Linda, you can give me any additional ones that came in. We'll add that to the list, but they obviously don't need the letter.
I was trying to find your file.
Mhm.
When I received all the mailings, I wanted to put it in that stack. And pull out the ones that were planted. So we had who still needs.
Right. This is a good start though, because we'll probably have 15 trees ready to go in the spring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
That-
mean,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that work is good.
Yes.
It would have been nice to get them in the ground, but I mean, we've got a whole list that's ready to go for the spring,
Mhm.
already vetted. Like they picked their trees, they know we're coming, you guys met them. Yeah.
And maybe, I'm just thinking out loud, and maybe the high school group, although maybe the time of year doesn't work, but we could turn them loose on helping us to plant these elm trees.
Yeah.
Yes,
No, I think
yes.
it does work, right?
Okay.
Because they planted theirs in late spring, early summer.
But 6-foot trees are gonna be.
Yeah,
hard.
Yeah, but big.
well, they're
Yeah,
bare
Think
root
of the
though.
hole you gotta dig.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Bare
the elm
roots.
trees are bare roots, yeah.
Mhm. So do you want to contact, Mr. Peters and let him know that we'll probably have some trees for him
Yeah.
if he wants to start working on his project with his students?
Yeah,
or-
so we'll say we can potentially use the elms for the
And we have to identify.
Double check the count.
For them?
and Old Commerce Park Drive.
Right.
Yeah,
Old Commerce Park Drive for the elm trees,
Yeah.
all 26 of them.
well, no, I think we should use some of them with the high school. Mhm.
Yeah,
I don't
double
think-
check your count and we'll give
Yeah.
so many to the high school, so many for Commerce Park. We'll divvy 'em up.
That a while ago.
Okay.
Mhm.
There's not a lot of places for trees.
Yeah, that would be too many for their, right.
And next month we should review the 2025 goals.
I agree. I have that, I have
Twenty
that.
twenty-six goals.
Yeah, I have that down.
Oh, yeah, and we'll bring the 2026 calendar too.
And so I told people I contacted them that the calendars be ready by Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, no, they're
good at
ready.
Printing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They usually did it like in a day and just, we're gonna make those bigger, not make the 6 small.
Okay, okay. Gotcha.
Oh.
We're making this bigger.
Yeah, I think it'll,
Use the 6.
Yeah.
it'll match
Nice.
the word calendar.
Nice.
I thought that was one of those funny fonts where like all of a
Yeah,
sudden
it's
something.
okay. I looked at it over and over. Actually, I could look at it right now. Yeah.
But no, you're probably right.
Think of that when I was giving you the other edits and I was like,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
oh my God. I can't believe that.
mm-hmm.
Calendar, let's see, this is opening up and they see what
Well,
it
the thing was when we got it with the funky font, I'm like, I know I looked at it when we got the one copy and they were all okay. So
Well, it only messed up a couple of them.
from August on.
Those are.
No, there's some in the fall that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
like
you
an
mean
error
like the
card,
person who
yeah,
bought all
like a
the
double
pennies,
stamp.
the last pennies that got.
Yeah, double stamp order or whatever.
Well, some didn't have them. Oh, that one is okay. Yeah.
Why was
Yeah.
there an asterisk?
It just,
6.
October.
Yeah, that's-
questionable.
like. December
Interesting.
doesn't really
Well,
have
according to this,
no,
Oh,
it-
yeah.
the Did you know?
Same
ones.
font?
it's the
Oh, it's
same
only the
font
DD
size.
Yeah. yeah.
Corbell 36,
Is there a number?
Corbell 36.
What
It
other-
is the
what- what
font.
other-
It is the font.
What other number gets big like that in that? The 6 is the.
Yeah, there's probably another number that gets big
the
like that.
9 or something maybe.
Oh, so we're gonna keep it then.
Well,
3, 4, and 5 get big.
3, 4, and 5 get big.
3,
on the
4, and 5
downside.
get
Yeah.
on the
and 8 gets
bottom.
big, yeah. It's weird.
Can we change it to a different font? And just
So
so
we
it-
gotta do- we just have to be careful.
Yeah.
That's just the cover page. I mean, I could, it's just the,
Whatever you guys think.
Well, maybe you could put a little asterisk there and say, yes, this is not a mistake. This really is supposed to be this way.
I have the wrong one.
Yeah.
See, whatever font.
and there's all kinds.
Because people will make a comment about it.
Okay,
That's funny.
motion to,
I move that we adjourn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Second.
all in favor?
Fine.
Aye, okay.
Thank you for your years of chairperson.
Thank you for doing it.
Yeah,
I
you're
appreciate it.
underselling yourself, John.
Yeah.
You did great, John.
So Carol, you don't, it's the same font, I'm not gonna bother changing it, or?
Are we okay with that?
Artistic.
The size of the 20.
It was just the font that was on the template that I took from Microsoft, but
It's like it's a capital 6.
That's
Yeah,
what
such a
I'm
thing.
saying.
The others are not.
I'm not